I've ran this channel for years pretty much however I wanted, and I want to continue with that. But I've never done a video where I've just talked about what I'm doing. Maybe I would be more successful or would get more consistent views if I just kind of played the same game over and over again, if I covered the same topics over and over again. Hell, I think a big portion of my audience that came from my COD rants left because I haven't been ranting about COD every week. The thing is that I'm not a pro FPS player. I'm not even an FPS expert. I'm just an enthusiast with a lot of opinions, some that change over time and some that I will still stand by. So what I play from a day-to-day basis, month-to-month basis, year-to-year basis is very different. So let's go over what I'm playing recently. Now, something you've probably already noticed is a couple of Battlefield 4 videos, and that's because I really enjoy hopping on Battlefield 4. Mostly due to its loadout customization system. Yes, I know not every option in the loadout customization system is optimal or competitive. It's never stopped me from enjoying it, and it probably never will. I genuinely just enjoy playing Battlefield 4, and so I'm going to continue playing Battlefield 4, and you guys might see more of those videos where I try to be a Rainbow Six Siege operator in Battlefield by trying to replicate their good Christ, their loadouts. I'm a little bit tired, sorry. There's just something about Battlefield 4 that's been satisfying to me for a while. The fact that it feels like a sandbox, every map plays very differently. Levolution, in my opinion, is still kind of a fun gimmick. The customization, though not all competitive and viable, is fun to play with. I wish Battlefield 4 had the resolution and graphics of newer Battlefield games. I made a whole video about that, and how I don't think EA is going to let that happen for a very simple reason. They want you to play the new ones. But what also lets me down about this game is that high mantling and squad reviving and fortifications are great mechanics in Battlefield 1 and 5, and there's other mechanics in Battlefield 1 that I could probably talk about. Okay, let's just say sliding, high mantling, and then in Battlefield 5, squad reviving, the squad mechanics in Battlefield 5 just in general, and the fortification system. If those were in Battlefield 4 with updated graphics on console, I think it would be the ultimate FPS game, but it is held back by a couple of missing threads. Maybe you hate those threads. Maybe you wish those threads weren't a part of the quilt. Okay, moving on. I also picked up, and you'll know this if you watch me on Twitch, and also if you watch my video about me going to Twitch, I've been playing Borderlands 2. Now this is a fun one because I missed out on it completely. I've seen little bits of gameplay, I know the overall tone, I've seen lots of little clips from it, but I've never watched a playthrough, I've never watched a how-to guide. So playing through this game blind has been fun. I honestly, no offense to my friends, I actually have been enjoying playing this a lot more solo than I have with people. At first it was fun with friends, and now it's because that's the reason I bought it, was to play with friends, but I honestly enjoy it way more solo. I think it's just a bit more fun. I can't quite put my finger on it, mostly because my friends have played the game a lot, and so even if they try to hide spoilers, they don't very well, and they blab about it a lot. And sometimes I don't even feel like they know that they're spoiling things or hinting towards things, because they'll say, "Ooh, remember what happens here? Oh yeah," and I'm like, okay. Well, it's kind of like watching a movie with a talkative friend that's already seen the movie, and they can't be quiet, and you just know when something's about to happen, or you get an inkling of something. It just kind of hinders the experience, but maybe I'm just too sensitive. I really like getting wrapped up in stories, but as much as I love the looting and the shooting and everything in Borderlands 2, and it is actually making me very excited for Borderlands 3, I kinda find myself ignoring the story. Now, you could blame this on a lot of things, but here's what I'm gonna blame it on, because I'm the one experiencing this ignoring of the story firsthand. It gives me this very unfortunate Guardians of the Galaxy 2 vibe. A movie that I think is totally serviceable and I enjoyed watching, but the whole time I was thinking, hey, if you stopped trying to be funny for 10 seconds, I might actually be involved in the story because I'm not 14. I love goofy dialogue, I love humorous things. I'm not one of those people that thinks everything needs to be serious. There just needs to be a point where the game or the story or the movie, the TV show takes itself seriously. Honestly, a really good example of that would just be Kingdom Hearts 2. A very corny, very cheesy, very Japanesey American mishap of a franchise that probably should have never existed, yet still knows when to have a dramatic, impactful scene that sticks with me for the rest of my life. You could argue that Borderlands 2 isn't going for that, but that's kind of the problem. For me personally, if a story doesn't really seem to ever get to that point, then I'll be kind of bummed out. I haven't beat it yet, so maybe I'll be sorely mistaken, but I find myself just kind of rolling my eyes at the dialogue because it's like, okay, oh, that was kind of funny, oh, that was funny, and then like, but everything else in between is just like, oh, that's right, the shotgun effect of comedy, it's flawless. We tell 32 jokes in the span of 32 seconds, and someone's bound to laugh. I'm shitting on this game. Sounds like I'm shitting on this game. I do think the premise is interesting. The characters are interesting. The world is really cool. Again, the gunplay, everything, and some of the quests are quite funny, and I do actually enjoy this. So I'm glad I picked this up. I got it for $20 at Walmart. If you haven't played it and you're looking for a looter shooter and neither Anthem, Destiny, or Division interest you, I might recommend this bad boy right here. The next one I've been playing and also streaming on Twitch and also making 24-minute reviews on. Thank you guys for the views on that, by the way. That took a long time to make, so I do appreciate seeing that get up to like the 1,600 views. Generation Zero. I fucking love Generation Zero. And so many people are criticizing it for being repetitive or boring or tedious. Thing is, I went into it expecting this to be a one-trick pony, it does one thing, and it does it often kind of game. And hell, going into it like that, I'm pleasantly surprised by the little fluctuations in the little story that's going on in the background that you're trying to piece together. A lot of the buildings are the same, so when you walk into one that isn't, it's kind of like, oh, that's impressive, because the game does kind of give off an early access indie game vibe in some areas for sure. But I can't get past the immersion effect. It's so atmospheric, the music, the sound design, the menacing nature of the robots contrasted with the beautiful scenery in 80s Sweden. I adore the weather system, and it's just great, and I'm so glad it's actually a good console port. I don't know how it is on PC. Hopefully it doesn't suck, because I might pick it up for my new PC, which you guys follow me on Twitter know that I'm getting a new PC. If you want to know the specs, 1070, 8700K, 3TB hard drive, 250GB SSD, 32 gigabytes of DDR4. I don't want to talk about fucking computer stuff right now. Just know that I'm going to have a computer that will allow me to stream and record PC games a lot easier now. So I can actually maybe like do Insurgency and Squad and maybe even Arma and live stream it. So that really has me excited. But no, Generation Zero is great. It has lots of little surprises and lots of things that I just take for granted in other games, but maybe it's because my expectations were kind of low. But I went into it expecting it to kind of feel like an early access indie game. And so I'm not too upset that it kind of feels like an early access indie game. Moving on. Oh, if you want more information on this beautiful, beautiful mess of a game, go ahead and watch my review. Just make sure you grab a snack. It's 24 minutes long, so there's that. Now, going through my gameplay files here, what else am I playing? Oh, that's right. The old tried and true Rainbow Six Siege. And I'm not playing Rainbow Six Siege all the time like I was, but I find that I enjoy Rainbow Six Siege so much more if I take like 2 weeks off from it. I take like 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off, 4 weeks off maybe, and then I come back. Then I begin to enjoy it. You could argue that it's because I'm terrible, or that my friends are terrible. You could argue it's because I play on console and I don't know how to have a good gaming experience. You could argue that I'm just a little bit of a faggot, but I don't care. I love Rainbow Six Siege to death. I just know my limits with it. There's a lot of nonsense in the game that I don't like dealing with all the time. When I'm in the mood for it, I'm in the mood for it, and I will play it every day for 3 weeks straight until I get burnt. I will play it like a lit fuse until it goes off, and then I'm done until someone buys me a new fuse. Whatever. Unfortunately, I don't have any gameplay for my Elgato on this, but I am actually playing a lot of Wildlands. I guess I'm going to keep this segment short. I thought I had Wildlands gameplay in my Elgato folder. Turns out I don't. So please forgive me. I don't have it with me. I don't have it on me, but I am playing Ghost Recon Wildlands, and I want to maybe get back into streaming it, but it is more fun with friends, and my friends are a little bit more into other games right now. So that's okay, but I do really like Ghost Recon Wildlands, especially if I'm going to roleplay in it. I want to start roleplaying in Wildlands because the game is actually quite a bit of fun when you do that. I just have to be in one of those moods where I have no shame. Anyway, that's going to about wrap it up for this video, and not just because it gets to the 10-minute mark, just because I'm out of things to talk about and I'm out of gameplay to clear off my hard drive. I just want to talk about what I'm playing. This is what I'm playing. I'd love to know in the comment section below what 4 to 5 to 6 games are you playing, or what one game have you been playing. I know a lot of you guys will say Black Ops 4, Rainbow Six Siege, but I don't know, type it down there anyway. I'm actually a little bit curious as to see what my fans are playing. And if my cadence feels off, if my speech pattern feels weird, it's because it's 3:30 in the morning and I was like, I don't have an idea for a video. Maybe I just won't upload. Oh, I can talk about what I've been playing with no other context other than, hey guys, I'm playing this. Yes, fucking dumb idea. But I'm kind of tired and there's no script. So I'll see when I see you. Goodbye.